Hi there, Tacklers. In this video, we are going to be talking about our experience dining at the Be Our Guest restaurant at Walt Disney World and some of the updates happening there in 2018. And if you're new to my channel, hi there. My name is Leah. Here with my husband, Stefan, today.
Hello.
He's in some videos with me, and I post Disney videos every single week. This is our first live video, though, so show us a little love in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. If you are on the replay, you can let us know that as well. Let us know where you are from. We are in Michigan, and we still have snow. Looking out the window, we have snow in our yard still.
Yeah, but it's sunny, so that's good.
Yes, enjoying the sunshine. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our experience dining at Be Our Guest restaurant. We have done both quick service, and we have also done the table service, and then also some of the updates. If you have any questions, let us know. And if you have any questions in the replay, let us know. We will respond to those as well. So we ate there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it has been a while. It has been some time, but I'm such a Disney nerd that I like to keep myself informed on all of the changes happening. So at Be Our Guest restaurant, which is inside of Beast Castle at Walt Disney World, it is amazing. It is such a wonderful experience to eat there. So that's a spoiler alert, is we really, really loved our time there. But you can have breakfast there or lunch, and those count as a quick service, or sometimes people call that counter service credit if you're on the dining plan, or you can also pay. But you definitely, those you can do reservations, because a lot of times people hear quick service and typically that's not something where you need a reservation, but you do at Be Our Guest restaurant. That is one of, still, even after several years now of it being open, it is still one of the most popular places to get a reservation. So definitely that 6-month mark, you can get your reservations, and you should get your reservations.
Yes, definitely, because it is busy.
It's very busy. And on that note, another thing you can do that is really, really cool at Be Our Guest is for the quick service. So for breakfast and for lunch, you can order, once you get your reservation, you can order up to 30 days in advance. At that 30-day mark, you can go in if you want to, and you can select for each person in your party what they want to eat. There's a bunch of choices. It's very easy to do. And we did that. And I remember because my in-laws, they were with us, and my father-in-law was kind of like, well, I don't know what I want to eat in a month. But then he was so glad that we did that, because you get to skip a big queue of the people who haven't made those selections. Basically, if you haven't, there's like an iPad, and you select what it is you want to eat then, which is fine, but then you have to stand in a big line to do that. Whereas we got to bypass that line and just go in and eat.
Like when we walked in, there was literally a room filled with people just waiting. And they're all just standing around waiting to get their lunch. And we just walked right in and got to sit right down. So I was so glad we did that. Especially because at the time, it's like, we're really hungry. Let's go get this reservation. If we had to, stand there and wait, it would not have been as much fun. Right.
Definitely not. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. I will add links to the description box. If you're watching this on the replay, I will also put up cards showing some of our vlogs. I have it linked in the description box as well, showing some of the vlogs from our trip. And we have our entire trip we vlogged, but I will put the ones that have Be Our Guest in there, because we did have some cool footage of both our dinner and I think a little bit of our lunch, more so of our dinner.
I think we actually got a shot of all the people waiting as we were walking in. So check that out.
If you want to see the line. Oh, that's a good point. That's funny. Okay, so those are the 2 notes that I have as far as that goes. As far as dinner, I love the dinner. I think any chance you get to go, whether that's breakfast, lunch, or dinner in Beast Castle, is incredible. It's definitely worth it. But dinner is amazing. And I do want to talk about dinner because there are some changes coming. July 27th, 2018, which is a Friday. So we'll get into that in a minute, but just really quickly talking about dinner, I thought the dinner was, the lunch was cool, and you got to go inside Beast Castle, which is amazing in itself, but the dinner was just really over the top.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention was the whole, every dining experience there is an experience. There's the setting, there's the whole mood they have going on, just like everything at Disney World. The Beast Castle, just even going up to it, that in itself is an experience. So that is one thing why it's really important to get these reservations, so that you don't have to worry about standing in line waiting and you're focusing on how hungry you are, like how many people are in front of you. You can just enjoy what's around you, because you walk over like a giant stone bridge that goes over, is it a river or a lake or something?
I'm not even sure, but it's really cool too, because when we were standing waiting, we were kind of all just gathering as a group because we had split off and done different things. It's cool too, because you can watch, what is it? Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is right there. And so it's just a cool experience to be able to stand there. not being frazzled. And especially, it doesn't sound that bad standing in a line, but if it's hot, you have kids, you're hungry, you just want to experience everything around you and enjoy it.
And the whole setting outside of the restaurant is just amazing because, like I said, you're walking on this huge stone bridge. Is a giant wooden door that leads into the restaurant itself. And they use like forced perspective to make it look like there's a giant castle off in the distance.
Yeah.
Like up on this mountain. So the whole, it's just really, really cool just going into the restaurant. So then when you finally do get to go in, it's a whole nother experience.
Yes. And we at some point we've been talking, we want to do a video on ways to, because sometimes I think that people, if they don't, because you can log in at that 180-day mark and you can see, shoot, there's no reservations available. Obviously, if you're looking for 2 people or 3 people, it's going to be a lot easier than if you're looking for a 6-top or an 8-top or something. We had a big group of people, so that was hard. But there are things you can do. And one of the things is honestly just being consistent. So if you're sitting around, if you're in the carpool line at school or you're on your lunch break at work or whatever it is, just hop on your phone, look and see if there's a reservation available, call. And even if you can't in the park, sometimes you can go up and say, hey, are there any openings? You know, we're here this amount of days, and you could luck out. So it's worth it. It's not going to hurt you to ask. So if you can't get that reservation your first try, keep trying, because I've heard of so many cases where that pays off, especially if you're in Facebook groups. Like I love the Disney planning Facebook groups. It's really easy to find those. You can just type in, you know, if you're going in July 2018, you can type in Disney planning group July 2018, find these groups, and then, you know, maybe someone's going to drop their reservation, so you can try to coordinate that. And just there are ways to do it. It might take some work, but there are ways to do it.
Yeah. I think we got ours. We were in the car. Yeah, we were driving back from a
yes, and I had really shoddy service, so I was really like, oh no, I hope it works because there's an opening. And yeah, it can happen, and it's definitely worth trying. As far as the dinner, I think that what's really cool about that is it is, you know, it's that elevated step up, it's sit down dining. And when you walk in, you know, they will call the name of your party. And our daughter got to do it, but they have Lumiere. So you get to walk in with Lumiere, which is super, super cool.
You don't get to keep him. She was disappointed because she wanted to keep him. She was
for reference, she was 4.
She was talking about where she was going to put him in the room. And then I had to like sneakily give it back to the lady.
We do have, though, the Lumiere that you can get on the Shop Parks app or at the Disney store. We do have one. But so that's really, really cool. It's just fun. It's beautiful. Even by the bathrooms. I mean, there's the knights in the armor and the stained glass windows. So it's just stunning walking in.
There's on the back wall, I think it was a live picture or was it just a painting? I can't remember now. But it's a giant glass window, and you can see out into like the French countryside, and it's snowing, and it looks really cool.
It is really, really beautiful. And that's definitely another thing. We ate, I have a note about this, but we ate in the Grand Ballroom, which that was my preference because it is the biggest room. It's the room that you first walk into. Because we had little kids, but you can also eat. There is the West Wing, which is, you definitely have to walk through there because you can see the ripped tapestries, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it is darker in there.
Yes, it's a little scary, potentially if you have young kids, maybe.
Yeah, it was cool to check out. I was glad we ate where we ate just because of where it was and how everything looked. But that other room was really, really cool. Yeah.
And then there is also the gallery, which that is, I always call it Belle's Library. They call it the gallery, I believe, but that's basically Belle's Library. So, Yep. And then, talked about that. Okay. Dinner there. Another thing to note is that you can have alcohol. It was the first restaurant at Magic Kingdom where you could have alcohol, only for dinner. You can't have a mimosa at breakfast, at least not at this point, but you can have alcohol at your dinner. When we went, it was, you would order, kids are being loud. They're in the next room. I might have to go in a second. So you might have to take the reins for a minute, but the changes are coming July 27th, 2018.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a prefix meal. So what that means, I had to Google what that meant. I wasn't sure. I thought so. But basically, you will still have choices, but it'll be choices like you can pick from these appetizers, you can pick from these entrees, and then there's a dessert platter. And then that, I believe, because right now it is 1 credit, but then it's going to switch to being 2 dining credits, I think. That's what we've heard. So I will let you know again in the description box if you're watching the replay. I'll let you guys know about that. But and it's going to be 55 for adults and 35 for children if you don't use dining credits. So that's always an option as well. If you don't want to use 2 credits and you'd rather pay cash, you can always do that. But we did 2 credits to eat at Cinderella's Royal Table, and I thought that was worth it.
Yeah,
some people go back and forth, and I totally get that because it depends on like how your family wants to use your credits. But for us, it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, it definitely
hold this. I taste the water.
All right. Okay, so we went over that.
I'm back.
You're back. You want to talk about the dinner itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dinner itself. First of all, the wait staff. I mean, everyone at Disney is just
above and beyond.
Professional.
Yeah, all the cast members are.
The wait staff there was fantastic, amazing, and actually, the guy who was our waiter was from Michigan, which was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that in and of itself is just a great part of it. The food, top notch.
Yeah.
I can't really remember what I did, but it was great.
We of course ordered the gray stuff because you have to. When you try the gray stuff, it's delicious. We had that for dessert. Because that at dinner they would bring around a thing, but it sounds like now you're gonna get a platter, so maybe you'll get choices, which that's actually kind of cool. We had such a big group with us that we kind of all would get different things.
Yeah, we're going to kind of taste.
Oh, hey, New Orleans, all right, New Orleans, awesome. Have you been to BR?
No snow there.
Yeah, no. Have you been to BR Guest Restaurant? Let us know. If you have any questions too, if you want to say hi, anything like that, let us know. We would love to hopefully answer them or just chat with you. That would be awesome. And also you can see Beast at dinner. It's not considered character dining because he doesn't walk around to each table like they do at other character dining experiences. So it's not classified, if you will, as character dining, but you can go into a room and see him. And
do they announce him? Because I know he walks around the room.
Yes.
Not to each table, like you said, but yeah, he does make an appearance, walk through, and then you can go and stand in line where he's in the
because 2 of our kids didn't want to see him, but I was like, there's no way I'm missing this. And so I took our youngest at the time, and I loved meeting Beast. I thought that was so awesome. Really, really cool. And it wasn't a bad line or anything like that. So I think that that's a really fun thing to do. It's a really neat character interaction.
Don't the suits of armor talk?
Yes.
Yeah. There's the suits of armor lining the hall, and they talk as you walk by. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
What else do we not cover here? Food was delicious, of course. Dessert was amazing.
Yeah, and he's not a dessert guy, and he really enjoyed the desserts.
Yeah.
But so as far as those changes, if you are going to do dinner, again, like I said, it's going to be changing. So keep that in mind as you make your reservations, as you make your plans, but it's not going to be, because there were some kind of rumors that it was going to be like, you only get this, and people were concerned about that in some of the groups I'm in and things, but you're still going to have options. So it's going to be like where there's maybe 5 appetizers, and you pick that, 5 entrees, things like that. You'll still be able to, I'm sure, pick your beverages and everything. It's just going to change from the current dinner menu.
Yeah, and really that can only mean you get your meals faster and everything is prepared the same. And
yeah, Disney doesn't make these changes just like on the fly. I'm sure there's
never a drop in quality. It just, if anything, it's better for the customer. So
And they do have, they've been offering so many updates, like a lot of the quick service, not every quick service, but a lot of the quick service options now, you can even order on the My Disney Experience app. So that is different than ordering the 30-day advance for Be Our Guest. But those are options that Disney's making available. And it just makes it quicker. It makes it faster, better for everybody, because it's kind of like if you order a Starbucks mobile, you can just go, your food's ready, it's how you want it, and you can just skip that line, which saves everybody time, even the people who didn't order ahead. Everybody wins. So I think that that's a really great option. But I think we are going to wrap it up. And if you guys have any questions, let us know. If you're watching the replay, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you've eaten at Be Our Guest. Any Q&As like this that you guys want to see from us, or live videos, let us know. This is our first go around with this, and we don't have a perfect setup. Obviously, we're using a webcam, but we're going to fiddle around to see if we can use our better camera and better lighting. But yeah, we wanted to try it. And if you guys have any questions, Have a magical day. Bye.
Bye.